Hello, Facebook Live. Happy Friday. We're going to do some fun yoga flow tonight, get the whole body moving, and end with some wonderful kind of relaxing restorative postures at the end. If there's something you'd really like to see in today's class, now is a great time to type it over there in the comments so I can add it in today's flow. We're going to get started in just a minute. If you're watching this as a replay, fast forward a little bit to when we actually start moving, as I'm going to wait about a minute for people to jump on this live call, which starts at 7, or live class. You're going to want a yoga mat or a rug or a towel, something that you can practice on. I suggest having some water nearby in case you need a sip, and maybe a sweater at the end if you get a little chilly. And also put on some music if you like practicing to music. I can't play music because Facebook would then take the video down, but you can definitely put on your favorite tunes so that you can flow along to some sounds, your breath, and get your body going. All right, we're going to get started. So take your socks off if you're wearing them so you get some grip. And let's come onto our mat. We're going to start today in a child's pose. So go ahead and come on down. You'll bring your toes together and let your knees go out to the sides. Forehead can come onto the mat. And just ground down for a moment. Slowing down your breath. Maybe you've had a busy day. Maybe you've been sitting at home twiddling your thumbs all day. Whatever thoughts, emotions life has thrown at you on this Friday, I want you to inhale. Hold those emotions for a second. Think of how you've been feeling, what you've been thinking. And now open your mouth and long sigh out. Let it go. Again, breathe in through the nose. Hold it. And just like you would set a suitcase off to the side for a second, you're just going to exhale, open mouth, let those things go. And empty yourself out so that you can practice free and you can practice without the weight of that baggage. One more. Inhale through the nose. Biggest breath yet. Biggest breath of all day. Holding. Mouth open. Get it out. Breathe all the way to the bottom of that exhale. Rise up, tabletop position, hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll take a few cats and cows. Moving slow to start. Let the breath start the motion and the body follow. In today's class, you are more than welcome to modify anything, skip anything, or add things in. Just practice exhaling completely. In your cats and cows, add some more original movement. Circles of the head, circles of the hips. If you go one way, make sure you go the other. Really grounding down through your palms, fingers spread wide. Really grounding down to the fronts of your shins, the tops of your feet. Just moving your spine around in all directions. Remember, your head is part of that too, the spine going up to the base of the skull. Sit back onto your heels. Interlace your fingers down to the webbing. Push your palms to the sky. Thumb side of your hands going up a little bit higher. Drop the shoulders down your back. Narrow the ribs. Inhale. Mouth open. Let it go. Drop your left arm down to the side. Bend up and over with your right arm, finding a side bend. Push the left ribs towards the right. Really ground your right hip down to the floor as you turn your belly towards the sky. Inhale back to center, hands interlace. Push up through the palms. Ground down through the pelvis. Up and over the opposite direction. In through the nose, out through the mouth to start. Return back to center. Bring your left hand behind you, and you're going to just twist a little bit to the left. Your right hand can come to the top of your left thigh. Really tuck under your tailbone here so you're engaging through your lower abdomen. And switch sides. You're going to bring the left hand behind you, left hand to the right knee, chest is lifted, heart is open, core is strong. And return to center. Tabletop, flex your feet and sit back onto your heels again. This time the toes tucked under. You might need to reach back and get those pinky toes to participate. And just rest here. This might not be a very restful situation in your feet and ankles. See if you can breathe through it for a little bit. Of course, if you need to come out, definitely come out. You can stay here. You can bring the hands down for support or add in, reaching the right arm up and over, and bringing the left arm to grab your right elbow, finding a tricep stretch, or you can interlace hands together at your upper back. If you're choosing that, really pull the hands apart and draw the ribs in. Think of drawing the elbows towards your center. Switch your arms, left arm goes up and over, touching your left shoulder. Right hand can come up to help draw the arm behind, or reach the right arm back behind, interlace with fingers. Notice if one arm has better range of motion than the other. Feel a opposition between the roof of your mouth lifting and the tailbone drawing down. Release your arms, come forward into tabletop position, get off your feet. If you need to tap them out or wiggle the ankles, go for it. Push back to downward facing dog. Pedal at your feet, shake out your head, find some movement, add your breath. Keep going, just let your head hang heavy. We always got to check and see, oh, did you guys write something that you wanted to do today? Something you're craving in today's practice. Rise up onto your tiptoes. You're going to lift up both heels. Put a slight bend in your knees. Press strongly through your palms. And then, without lowering your heels, move your thigh bones away from your chest and out to the sides without moving your feet. Feel how this broadens your pelvis, especially your sacrum. Keep that widening as you lower the heels down to the ground. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Push your hands down and away from you. The arms should be moving forward as the legs move back. Think of like a tent. That opposition is what gives the benefits to the pose. It gives the opening in the lower back. Full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Separate your feet a little bit wider, almost the width of your mat, and walk them about 6 inches closer to you. Take your right hand and reach for your left leg. Push into your left hand strongly and twist. Hips are going to move slightly to the right as you turn your belly towards the left. Take an inhale and exhale. Release back to center. This is a lot of strength for the arms. Switch sides, left arm to right leg. Tailbone lifting, heels reaching towards the ground, heart reaching down and forward. Release back to down dog. Rise to those tiptoes, step feet hip distance, walk or hop feet between hands. Put a slight bend in your knees. Option 1, grab opposite elbows. Option 2, you can interlace your hands at your lower back and stretch your knuckles up and over the crown of your head. Choose what feels better to your body. Slight bend in the elbows if the hands are interlaced behind you. Head hanging like an apple bobbing from a tree. And then just rock forward and back slightly on the feet. So into the heels, into the toes. Keep that gentle bend in the knees the whole time. Imagine your ankles are pressing away from one another. Release your hands down to shins or mat. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Imagine your legs start below your ribs, kind of like where you think your kidneys are. And from there, push your feet into the floor, stand up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Inhale, hands stretch high to the sky, feet ground down. Exhale, flat back to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step your right leg way back behind you. Keep the back heel lifted, rise to fingertips, strengthen your legs, stay on fingers or lift up, high lunge. Level hips. Pinkies going in, thumbs going out. This rotation happens from the shoulders. Inhale to lift the heart. Feel the roof of the mouth lifting as the tailbone drops down. Exhale, hands come down. Frame your front foot. Step back, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right foot steps forward between your thumbs. Rise to fingertips. Reach the chest forward, reach the tailbone back, tuck the chin slightly. Strong legs, stay here or lift up, high lunge. Lengthen the back knee, squeeze your feet towards one another. Draw the ribs in, find depth in the front knee. Inhale fully. Exhale, hands plant down, step forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Ground down from below the ribs to stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, hands go up, grow tall. Exhale, flat back to fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step the left leg way back. Rise to fingers, stay, or inhale, reach your hands high to the sky. Nice. Press the palms together overhead, bend at the elbows, bring the thumbs towards the upper back, elbows pointing towards the sky. Draw the ribs in, lengthen through the spine as you bend deep through your front knee. Exhale, hands release to the ground, step back, downward dog. Look forward, left leg steps between thumbs. Fingertips, lift chest, stay or rise. Power up the legs, bend at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs to the upper back. Stretch your knees in opposite directions. Lengthen your exhales. Release hands to the ground. Step forward, forward fold to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push heels down, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up, stay here. Bend at the elbows, bring the thumbs to your upper back. Elbows point towards the sky. Don't, see if you can not arch your lower back. So here would be an arch. Take the arch out by pointing the tailbone down to your heels, toning through the belly, drawing the ribs in. And then keep your pelvis in that strong neutral shape. Lift your chest just a little, broadening the heart. Try not to push your hips forward. Keep them right over the heels where you started. This is a very baby back bend, just lifting the chest, feeling your shoulder blades push up into your heart. Release to center, hands fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant hands, step your right leg way back behind you. Fingertips or rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. You can stay or twist. Right elbow hooks outside left knee. You can always drop your back knee down. Reach the heart forward, stretch the back heel back. One more breath in through the nose. Twist with your breath out. Inhale, high lunge, hands go high. Exhale, hands plant down, downward dog. Breath in, breath out. Look forward, right foot between thumbs. Fingertips or rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands draw through your heart. Stay or twist. Left elbow outside right knee. Bend deeply into the front knee. Turn your belly towards the right, keeping the hips level. Inhale, back up, high lunge. Press down into your front heel. Exhale, hands plant. Step forward, front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your hands high to the sky. Grab your left wrist, side bend up and over towards the right. Ground down firmly through your left foot. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, up and over the opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, flat back to fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend knees. Plant palms, left leg steps back. Inhale, rise to fingertips. Rise to high lunge or keep the hips down. This time you're going to bend your back knee. Hover for 3, 2, 1. Straighten that back knee. Fold forward, step back, down dog. Good, look forward. Left foot steps between thumbs. Fingertips or rise. Back knee bends. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hands come down. Step forward. Step your feet hip distance apart. Turn your toes out, your heels in. Sink low into a yogi squat. If your heels are lifted, I encourage you to put something under them, like a pillow. Grab a pillow and stick it under your heels, or roll up your yoga mat a bit, or you can keep them lifted. You get a lot of benefit from pushing the heels down into something. You're going to plant the right hand down, reach the left hand high to the sky. Knees pushing outward, pushing tricep into inner thigh. Big breath in and out. Release the left hand down, reach the right hand high to the sky. Imagine if you had a tail, you'd be tucking that tail forward through your feet. Keep the right knee open as the heart turns to the sky. And then exhale, hands come down. If you'd like a crow pose, this is a fun place to plant hands. Shift knees onto triceps, look forward, maybe lift one or both feet. And then we'll find our way to down dog. Step or flow there. We'll meet up. Take 3 breaths when you get there. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Look forward, right foot between thumbs. Rise to fingertips. This time, step your back foot flat to the floor. Back toes will turn out slightly for warrior 1. Rise up with your hips and chest facing forward. Deep bend into your front knee. This might be the hardest pose of them all. Warrior 1. The day when warrior 1 feels easy will be the day we are all enlightened. All right, arms come out to the side. Interlace your hands at your lower back. Stretch your knuckles down. Reach your chest up. Stay here or fold forward inside your right knee. You can rest your right shoulder on your right kneecap or tuck it inside and lower a bit deeper. Press your back heel down. Make sure it's not lifting. Bend deep into your front knee. Head hangs heavy. Hands plant around your front foot. Bring your right hand inside your right foot. Lift up your back heel and step your back foot a bit further back. Drop your back knee down. Stay on palms or lower down to forearms. For 3, 2, 1. Rise back up to palms. Step to down dog or take a flow there. You can always add in a cobra or an up dog. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Exhale, step through. Rise to fingertips, adjust your back foot, step it slightly in. Toes go slightly outward, back foot is flat to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one on the second side. Deep bend into your front knee. Hands can lift to the sky or stay at hips. Push down equally through both feet. Think of squeezing inner thighs together and really grounding the outer edge of your back foot down towards the floor. Interlace your hands the awkward way behind your lower back. Inhale to lift through the chest. Exhale to fold forward inside both legs. Gazing towards your belly, deeply bending through your front knee. The hips like to go off to the left here. Just slide them slightly towards the right. Hands release down, frame your front foot. Lift your back heel, step it behind or back further, drop the back knee. Left hand comes inside left foot, stay on palms, or lower to forearms, bowing the head for 3, 2, 1. Rise back up to palms. Step back plank pose. So as you come into plank pose, feel free to drop your knees down to the ground. Really roll the shoulders back, reach the chest forward. Slow lower to your belly. Stretch your legs back, bring your hands by your shoulders. Inhale, look forward, lift through the chest, push through the palms slightly, push the tailbone down, reach the heart forward, stretch through the legs, and exhale, lower. Inhale, roll back up. You should never feel any pinching in your lower back. If you do, try to put space into that back, meaning you are pulling your belly towards your lower back. You're just lifting and lowering. Good. This time you'll stay down. Push back to child's pose. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Big inhale through the nose. Again, get rid of what you don't need. Exhale through the mouth. Stay there as long as you need, or find downward facing dog. Good. Right foot steps forward between thumbs. Drop your back knee down. Right hand to right knee. Twist towards your right. Stay here or reach your right hand up and back. Grab your back foot. Draw the heel towards the hip. Roll both shoulders open. Draw armpits towards your hips. Pull the lower belly in so you're filling up the lower back. Maybe the back heel comes a little bit closer. Release. Bring your hands down. Frame your front foot. Lift your back knee. Step or jump switch. Step or jump switch. Step or jump switch. Stay with the left foot in front. Drop the back knee down. Rise up. Left hand to left knee. Right hand stays on the floor. Twisting. Stay there or bend your back knee. Reaching the left arm up and over. Drawing the heel towards the hip. Good. Little tuck of the tailbone here will help you get deeper into the quad, into the thigh stretch. Release that back foot if you have it. Plant hands. Lift the back knee. Step or jump switch. Heart reaches forward. Step or jump switch. Step or jump switch. Step or jump switch. Step or jump switch. Jump switch. Downward dog. Left leg goes up and back. Step left foot down next to right. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Step right foot between thumbs. Back heel spins down. Warrior 2. Windmill up and open. Confident gaze forward. Over front fingertips. Deep bend into the front knee. Really lift the inner thigh up and back. So there's opposition between the front knee going forward and the inner thigh going back. Awesome. And we're here for 5 more breaths. 4 more. Make sure big toe is visible. One more breath. Straighten your front leg. Step your back foot slightly closer in. Slide your hips back, back, back. Reach your right hand forward, drop it down to thigh or calf. Reach your left hand high to the sky. Belly turns up towards the ceiling. Gaze in the direction of your chest or gaze up. Doesn't matter how low you go. Think of stacking hips and being in one line as if you're in between two narrow panes of glass. And inhale, rise all the way back up. Look forward, big step, feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your hands high to the sky. Exhale, flat back, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend knees, plant palms, step or flow. We'll meet in downward dog. I keep hearing voices and I keep trying to figure out what it is. And I just realized it's somebody doing my yoga class in the other room and I can hear my own voice recording back to me. All right. Left foot steps forward between thumbs. Back heel spins down. Warrior two, second side. Lining up the front heel to the middle arch of your back foot. Back arm is going to lift. Confident gaze forward. This time, turn your palms up to the sky and squeeze your elbows into your sides. Feel how this engages your upper back muscles. Keep that engagement as you outstretch the arms again. You can bring your palms down. 5 breaths here. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. Straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot slightly closer. Slide the hips back. Drop your front hand down. You're looking to make a triangle between your ribs, your bottom leg, and your front hand. So that's where you want the triangle shape. It's not so much about your legs. Imagine someone's pulling your top wrist up towards the sky, getting longer and lifting. Yoga is always about creating space. You never want to feel compressed or constrained. Inhale, rise back up. Look forward, big step to the front of your mat. Great. Shake off any tension. If you are feeling any, grab water if you need a sip of water. Okay, we're going to move into a little balancing. So bring the left foot down. Grab your left hip with your left hand. Bring your right arm in front of you for a moment. Bend your right knee and squeeze your inner thighs together. You're going to reach back with your right hand and grab the outer edge, the pinky toe side of your back foot. Your palm will be facing inward. Squeeze your inner thighs together again and really lift up through the front of your abdomen as you push down through that bent knee. And reach your left arm forward. Begin to hinge right at the center of the abdomen, kicking the back knee back, reaching the chest forward, and again, feel this counter stretch between the roof of the mouth reaching forward and the pelvis, the tailbone, reaching back. Let go of that lifted leg. Warrior 3. Extend your leg back, reach your arms by your sides. You can totally bend the leg you're standing on. See if you can keep the leg in the air strong and straight. Take another breath in. And then step back, bend your back knee. Hands come down or come up. Your choice, low lunge. Lift up and out of the hips. Strengthen through your legs. Big step forward to standing. Use your hands as needed. Hello, hips. You should have felt them with that one. Bring your right foot down. And we'll switch sides. So left knee is going to bend. We'll bring the left hand around the outer edge of the foot. Palm facing inward. Lift up through the abdomen. Reach up through the crown of the head. And then right arm forward, hinge from the center of your abdomen right below the belly button. Back knee kicking back, chest reaching forward. Gaze at something not moving. And then release to warrior three. Left leg extends behind you, dropping the left hip the same height as the right. Really push down through your right heel. So make sure you've got equal weight between the ball of your right foot and your right heel. You might need to shift back a little bit. Arms by sides. Low lunge, step back, drop the knee. Use your hands if you need to. Arms go to the sky when you're ready. Lift up, lengthen, and strengthen. Not just the body, but also the breath. Push down into the front foot, come to standing. Arms come by your sides. Yay! One more balance here. We'll bring the left foot to the ground. And I'll turn to face you so you can see a bit better. Left foot's going to come to the ground. And you're going to bring your right foot into a tree pose. So that could be at your ankle, your calf, or above your knee at your inner thigh. Hands could be at hips or reach them overhead. Or do another variation here. If you're wanting to add on to tree pose, I also invite you to take the right ankle and place it on top of the left knee. Bend into your left knee like chair pose, coming into this figure four balance. It's kind of like half pigeon, but you're balancing on one leg. You could definitely turn this into an arm balance if you want to find flying pigeon by planting your hands, or you could definitely turn this into a toe squat. Or hold along with me, reaching the heart forward, shifting the weight back into that left foot. Take your time, meet us in standing. Mountain pose, heart broad, shoulders melted. Full breath in through the nose. Hold at the top. Mouth open, let it go. Switching sides. Right leg's going to come down. We'll start with that tree pose. Ankle, calf, or thigh. Lifted knee points out to the side. Hands at the heart or hips or wherever. Maybe try something different this time with your arms. And again, you can stay here or add on, crossing left ankle above right knee. And bending into that half pigeon shape. Shift the weight back into the left heel, shift the weight back into the right heel and flex the lifted foot. Rights and lefts are hard, aren't they? Moving slow. When you're ready, join us in standing. Take a moment, eyes open or closed, and notice how you feel. All right, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your hands high to the sky. Exhale, flat back, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms. Find your way to downward dog. Choose your favorite way to get there. Shift forward to hands and knees. Lie down onto your belly. Stretch your legs back behind you. Rise up onto forearms. Coming into a Sphinx pose. Press the tops of your feet down. Press your tailbone down. Draw your ribs in. Melt the shoulders. Reach the heart. This is a great place to stay. If you feel any discomfort in your lower back, walk your elbows further away from you. If you want to add on, Go ahead and spin your left arm in, so your left hand is by your right elbow. And bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand and grab your right foot. Hug the knees in towards one another. Hug the shins in towards one another so your knees are still hip distance. If you feel any discomfort, of course, go back to the beginning pose. Otherwise, you can draw that heel close in towards your hip. Release that foot, and we'll switch sides. Come back into Sphinx pose, starting point. Reset, pushing the tailbone and the pubic bone into the floor, making sure your legs are actually hip distance apart. And then spin your right arm in, so your right palm is where your left elbow is. And reach the left arm back to grab your back foot. Heart turning forward like you're trying to roll the left ribs around the spine. Tailbone pushes down. Shoulders away from ears. Kind of puff up the lower back. Release the back foot. Make a pillow out of your hands, fold forward. It can feel nice to gently shake the hips. You really shouldn't be feeling any tension in the lower back. If you are, that's a sign you've gone too far. If you're feeling tension, you might just want to rest for the next few moments. If you would like to add one more heart opener, then go ahead and bend both knees. Reach both hands back. Find the tops of your feet. Squeeze inner thighs and shins towards one another so they're hip distance. Push the tailbone and the pubic bone down. Inhale to lift the chest. Kick your feet into your hands and feel that counter stretch between the tailbone going one way and the roof of the mouth lifting and extending, lengthening all along your spine. Another inhale, lift up, expand. Exhale, lower. We'll push back to that child's pose, hollow the belly to move through table, and sit back onto heels. Breathe into your lower back. Inhale, shift back to tabletop. Sit onto your hips. Swing your legs in front of you. We're going to counter some of that back bending, so your back might not feel quite as vulnerable. Roll down onto your back. Lift your knees so they're stacked above hips. Lift your feet so they're the height as your knees. Squeeze your legs together. Reach your hands towards the sky. And we're not doing this that long, so just go for it this first one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, curl up through the upper body. And the intention here is to hollow, like you are pushing the abs down towards the spine. You are trying to dish out the front of your body. You're trying to push everything down into the mat that is touching the floor. So push the lower back into the ground. Let the tailbone be on the floor as you curl your upper body up just a little bit higher. One more breath in and out, lower down. And let your feet fall to the floor. Let your knees knock me in towards one another. Draw your right knee into your chest. Grab a hold of the right shin. Your left knee can stay bent with the foot on the ground, or you can extend it towards straight. With your left hand, you're going to reach across your body and grab the outer edge of the right foot. Now, if that feels like a big grab, feel free to grab the ankle or the shin. Bring your right arm out to the side and start to kick your right foot up towards your left shoulder. You should feel a stretch in the outer right hip and the outer right thigh. The right leg may or may not straighten. We're keeping our spine flat on the floor. So this is really just coming into the leg and the hip. Sliding your right hip down towards your left foot. Sometimes it likes to hike up. Now kick more forcefully into your right leg so that you start to roll over onto the left side of your body. If it feels good, kick the right foot towards straight. You can gaze at the ceiling or gaze in either direction. Keep kicking your foot into your hand while simultaneously drawing your belly back and trying to twist your belly towards the right. Draw the belly in more to roll back onto your back. Bending the left knee, foot on the ground, knee to the sky. Left hand is still on your right foot. Go ahead and grab the right shin now with both hands. Maybe the right leg presses towards straight. Maybe it stays bent. If you can, go ahead and grab your foot and really draw the ball of your foot towards you, looking for a little stretch in your calf, kicking the heel up towards the sky. Stay active, pushing the right hip towards the ground, towards the bottom of your mat, broadening your chest, dropping your shoulders. If you did my leg workout earlier today, you're probably appreciating this right now. With your right hand, grab your right foot, open the right leg to the side, press it towards straight, a little or a lot. Keep the left hip on the ground and twist the belly towards the left. Kick your foot into your hand into your foot. Bend the right knee back in and set it down. Both feet to the floor, both knees to the sky. We'll go ahead and do all that on the other side, but take note of how your hips and legs feel different. Left knee is going to draw into your chest. Go ahead, grab the shin, draw the knee towards the armpit, keeping the right leg bent or straightening it. Right hand goes across your body now. Grab onto the outer edge of the left foot or the ankle or the shin. And then kick the left foot up towards the right shoulder, keeping the left hip on the ground. That left foot is going to kick across the body. Maybe the leg straightens, maybe it doesn't. You want to feel sensation in that outer left hip, outer left thigh, really pushing your foot into your palm. And kick a little bit more strongly so that it rolls you over onto your right side. The left arm can open up, and that left leg may or may not straighten. Stay active in that leg, kicking into your hand, drawing your belly towards the left as that leg kicks to the right. Then draw your belly in a bit more to roll you back onto your back. Switch hands. Left hand comes to your left foot. And kick it. Actually, we're going to start kicking up to the sky. So both hands will come to your shin. Then you can stay there or go ahead and grab your foot to really draw your toes towards you, looking for a little bit of a calf stretch, kicking the heel up as you draw the ball of your foot towards your chest. You might also feel this in your hamstring. Now grabbing it with just your left hand, open the left leg towards the left, keeping your right hip down. Push the left leg towards straight. That means it might not straighten, and that is okay. Right hip stays planted down. So really pull your belly towards the right as you kick your left foot towards the left. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw and the throat. Bend the left knee back into your chest and set it down. Both feet to the floor, both knees to the sky. Arms are going to come along your sides. Make sure the back is long on the mat, and push your shoulders into the ground, your shoulder blades, so your collarbones are long. Tuck tailbone, push lower back into the floor, and then continue to roll up for a little bridge pose. Stretch your knees away from your chest. Really push down into your heels. Starting with your chest bone, push your spine into the floor to roll down, moving slow, super slow. Shoulders stay open. Now rolling the middle of the back. Tailbone is still lifted. And then rolling the lower back into the mat, tailbone still lifted. And then at the last moment, the tailbone drops down. Good. Draw your knees into your chest. You can rock around side to side across the lower back. You're going to roll forward and back, massaging out the muscles along your spine. And this time, roll all the way up to seated and scooch onto your hips. We're going to bend the left leg in, bring the left foot to the ground. Bring your hands behind you to really help lift and lengthen your lower back. You could stay right here or bring your left hand inside your left leg, wrap it around the front of your left shin, and then kind of push that bicep into the front of your left shin. Hands can even interlace behind you if that's accessible and comfortable. And then round forward. You could also grab on to the front of your shin or onto your thigh or onto your foot. Draw your belly back. Let your head hang heavy. Really round up and over that extended right leg, which is going to stay active. You're trying to forward fold inside your left inner thigh. Push leg down into the ground. Draw shoulders away from ears. Breathe into your back. Inhale, look forward, let the heart lift. Slowly rise back to seated. Extend the left leg out in front of you, switching sides, draw the right leg in. Fingertips behind to lift the chest. Good place to stay. Or right arm comes inside the right leg. Wrap it around the front of the shin. Hands can interlace behind you, or you can grab onto the front of the left thigh. Stay there or fold forward. Actively pushing your arm into the front of the shin and actively pushing your left extended leg down into the ground. Draw your abdomen back as if you're trying to round up and over a big beach ball. So you're creating a lot of length in the spine. Thinking of like the shape a water fountain would make, that arc up and over the water versus a waterfall. So make the arc with your spine. Look forward with your face, lift your heart, sit up. Okay, notice how your body feels. I'm going to come into hands and knees, a tabletop position. Stretch your right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left. You're going to lie down onto your right shoulder and onto your right cheek, right ear. Left hand's going to stay in front of your face and actively push the left palm down towards the ground. Notice if your feet have swung off to one side, point them straight back and point your hips straight back. You should feel this in your middle back. Breathe into that. Push down strongly through the left. To unwind, reach the right hand high to the sky. Set it down tabletop. We'll switch sides. Left arm goes high, breathe in. Exhale, thread it under, lying down onto your left ear, left cheek, stacking hips above knees, right hand in front of your face. Push actively into that arm. At the same time, pushing the fronts of your feet and shins down into the ground. As you breathe, try to expand your mid-back. Stretching open side to side. Plant the right palm firmly into the ground to help you up. Left hand reaches high to the sky. Big breath in. And set it down tabletop. Take a few cats and cows. Really engaging the abs in that cat pose. Maybe even a few shoulder rolls here that can feel nice. Getting mobility in the scapula. And walk your knees forward. Have a seat on your sits bones. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees point out to the sides. And you could stay like this, or if you're craving it, you could instead take the feet wide variation today. Inhale to lift the heart. You might have the fingertips behind you. Or exhale, fold forward, letting your head bow. Actively push the soles of your feet together and actively reach your knees away from each other. The heart reaches forward through the shoulders. The shoulder blades widen. Keep the strength in your legs as you stretch. Look forward, lift the heart, and slowly rise up. Extend your legs in front of you and roll back onto your back. When you get there, find happy baby. Draw knees into your chest, reach hands up, grabbing ankles or outer edges of feet. Point the soles of your feet to the sky. Bend your knees down towards the mat. If it feels good, rock side to side or press one or both legs towards straight. If you'd like to add a deeper inversion tonight, now would be the time. So you could stay in happy baby, or you could extend the legs up towards the ceiling, holding them there. Or you could find a headstand or a handstand or something like that. Or you could find a shoulder stand, kicking the feet up towards the sky, bringing your hands to your lower back, walking the shoulders down the back, having the weight in your elbows and your shoulders, never in the head or neck. And have some space between your neck and the mat, so like 2 fingers could slide underneath. Stretch the toes towards the sky. Stretch the hips towards the ceiling. Broaden your chest. And you could stay there, or you could play with bending the knees towards the ears, or extending the feet behind you, flexing the feet, and pushing the feet into the mat to kind of stretch your hips up, lengthening the backs of your knees a little or a lot, and kicking through the legs, still keeping the weight on the shoulders. This is called a shoulder stand, not a neck stand. Thank goodness. Choose what feels good to you. And make your way back down as you're ready. Slow and controlled. You might bring your hands by your sides to help slow this down. When you get there, let your feet come to the mat and your knees fall into one another. Allow your spine to be flat and your breath to slow down. Walk your feet hip distance apart, knees to the sky. Reach your arms towards your feet. Take a breath in. With your exhale, just curl up through the upper body like you're scooping with the arms. Keep the tailbone down. And exhale, lower the upper body. Do that one more time. Breathe in and out. And lower. Keep your feet down. Scoot your hips to the right about 6 inches. Draw your knees into your chest and drop the legs over to your left. Arms can come out to a T or cactus-like shape. As your knees go one way, belly goes the other. Really deepen your breath here. Inhale, you're expanding. Exhale, you're twisting. One more breath on this side. Draw the belly in to roll onto your back. Feet come down. Scoot your hips to the left through center and then to the left about 6 inches. Knees draw to chest. Drop the knees to the right. Gaze wherever's comfortable. And again, add your breath, really breathing even into the upper back. Next exhale rolls you back to your back. If there's any other last poses you need, this would be your time to take them. This is also your time to extend out into Shavasana. You might put a pillow underneath the backs of your knees. You might give a little shake of your limbs just to kind of settle in, asking the muscles to soften. Let go of breath control. Invite your eyes to close. And for the next few moments, allow yourself to rest, practicing being still. Enjoy your Shavasana. I'm going to leave you here so you can rest as long as you would like without interruption. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you took the class, how you liked it. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening.